this entity, our National Education Policy 2022, research project was not a part of the image. So, to make it more feasible for the students, if they are aiming to do a PhD in future in English, so to give them a little bit of knowledge how to prepare yourself for a research in English, this kind of project is given to the students. Now, since most of us till now have studied only, like we have studied poetry, poems, theories, and all that we have marked up, and then we went to the exam and vomited there. So this was all the structure of our learning. But this is something which means your actual involvement. So, what is a dissertation? What is a thesis? And what's the research project? So basically, you have to do research, and the report of that research, whatever you have found, is to be reported, is to be written on a few pieces of pages, paper. So that report is known as dissertation, and that dissertation can be like this. Okay. Now, what is the structure? So the first thing that research requires is a subject, right, on which you want to do research. So in general we can say topic. Now, the topic can be anything that is related to literature, but to make it easier for you, there is a guideline by the university that allows the students to pick up a topic that is related to the syllabus of their first semester of PG. So you have to go through the 4 papers, paper 1, 2, 3, 4, and look there, try to find out where you are comfortable, which work or which poet or which writer was actually clear to you, about whom you actually understand, about which work you actually know in that book. Okay. Now, what is the work of a literary critic basically? The work of a literary critic is to critically analyze. Yes, there are people known as film critics, movie critics. So what they do in newspapers, in magazines, on YouTube, you can see them. Right? What they do, they tell us what is good in the movie, what's not good in the movie, what could be better, right? Similarly, when we will pick up a topic, we will try to look for something. What is good, what is bad, why it is there, how it has been done. The poet has used this subject matter, why? What are the themes that has been used by the poet in this poems? So you have to choose a topic, a problem. Research is a problem. And now cohesiveness in the coherence of word, right? So what we have to do? We have to find out the elements of ecological consciousness. Okay. Now, how you will do that? So there is a thing called textual analysis. Means you will read the text and you will analyze the text. This is the method which is generally used in English literature to do the research. So textual analysis. Now, what actually textual analysis is? It is the research method. It's the research method. So in a research project, there is always a research method. Which method? People may ask you, which method have you applied in this project? So you will say textual analysis. Now, topic 1. Then after the topic, you will have your problem statement. Yes, and with that, we can say that we can write it here. We must have some hypothesis also. So topic, hypothesis, then your problems. Okay. Then your research begins here. Means textual analysis we must see. You will do the textual analysis of the text. Now, there will be two sources which can be analyzed. Primary and secondary. So what are primary sources and what are secondary sources? The original work of the author that you have chosen, the original work of the author that you have chosen to analyze, to study, is your primary source. Like you have chosen the prelude. So the prelude is your primary source. But like you, so many scholars have already studied these books and they have written research papers. They have written PhDs on that. So if you are taking help of those research papers and PhDs to build your argument, to say what you want to do, those sources are known as secondary sources. So secondary sources are data from the websites, research papers, PhD. Okay? Now, after doing textual analysis, you will reach to some conclusion, right? So, before conclusion, there will be some findings. You will find something, then you will do the research, you will do the analysis. So, findings will be there, and Then the conclusion. Right? Before I will explain, we can. One more thing is known as bibliography and citation or references. Called plagiarism. Plagiarism is basically chori. Yes, intellectual theft, bautic chori. How somebody has done something, somebody has written something, okay, and you are using the same line, same words to build your research, to build your own arguments. No problem at all. You can do that, but you must give the credit to the person according to this. अगर आपने किसी कुछ कॉपी किया, if you have copied something from somewhere, you will paste and then you will write that from where you have copied it and who has said this. This is called citation. How to cite? I will tell you. There are so many others, so many styles of citation. What we follow nowadays in English literature is MLA. So citation plays a very crucial role in writing a dissertation. Means after every chapter, you will give citation. That from where you have taken those lines, those words. And what will be the structure of the citation? Like you have taken some lines from a book of Amitabh Ghosh. Okay? So it will be like this. Ghosh, Amitabh. Means surname will come before the first name. Then there will be a dot, means full stop. Then name of the book from where you have taken those lines or those words, those sentences in italics. Like the hungry time. Okay, it will be in italics. Then comma. Name of the publication. It will not be Penguin. Okay, Penguin publication. In which year? 2004. Okay, you have written this on the page on which you are writing the citations. And in the chapter, what will you do? If you are citing it, what you will do? Something has been written. Okay? Then at the end, you will, in a bracket, you will write Ghosh 27. Now, if a person is reading the chapter, when the person will go through these lines and when this bracket will be seen, the person will understand, okay, I have to refer to the citation, and in the citation I will see that from where these lines have been taken, and this represents the page number. So after looking at this, the person will go to the citation and the person will see, okay, Ghosh, where is Ghosh? Okay, this is Ghosh, Amitabh Ghosh book. Okay, it has been taken from the 100 guide and it was published in the 2004 edition of this book, published by Penguin. And on which page number these things have been written? It has been written on page number 27. So you have given full credit to the author. No plagiarism, no theft, कोई चोरी नहीं. But if you are not doing that, then you are stealing others' property, intellectual property, without their permission. So they have given us permission that we can use their intellectual property, but what they want that we should give them the credit. If we are not giving them the credit, then it will be taken as an offense and it is illegal. So many VCs have been gone to jail for this because they have done this in their PhD. उनको जेल जाना पड़ा, जॉब पे चली गई. So now UGC is very much strict about plagiarism. If you are willing to do a PhD in future after your PG, you must develop it as a practice that whatever you write, you give proper credit to the person whose lines, whose words you have been taking. जिनके भी शब्दों को उठा के ले रहे हैं अपनी बात कहने के लिए, उनको पूरा क्रेडिट देने के लिए इनका है. और कैसे देंगे? जहां पे किया वहां पे ब्रैकेट में नाम लिखेंगे, सरनेम में पेज नंबर और साइटेशन का एक पेज अलग से बनाएंगे जिसमें हेडिंग ऊपर दे देंगे words cited, you can write, or you can simply write citation, or you can simply write references. Okay, ये heading रहेगी उस पेज की, सादा पेज रहेगा after every chapter, and then you will do the citation. अब citation भी it should be done alphabetically. Like Amitabh Ghosh is there. Then you have also written something in your research, in your analysis, and you have taken that from Arundhati Roy. So Roy 38. So alphabetically R comes after G. So in the citation you will mention this after Ghosh, but in your paper it may happen that this citation is given before the citation of the Ghosh. Means you have used these lines in the beginning and you have used the lines of the Ghosh at the end, but in the citation you will always write the name in the alphabetical manner. It doesn't matter that whose citation is given first in your paper, in your chapter. Okay? कौन सा पॉइंट आउट करते हैं कि कुछ लोग जुड़ते गए हैं, पीछे से आते गए, तो हमें समझना है. हमने एक टॉपिक उठाया, लेट्स डू द रियल रिसर्च. शुरू करें. अब हम काम कर रहे हैं, हम जा रहे हैं अपना रिसर्च शुरू करने. ठीक. सो हमने यही टॉपिक जो है व्हाट वी विल डू. हम सबसे पहले क्या लिखते हैं रिसर्च में? पैरिंग. There will be 1, 2, 3, okay, 4 chapters, right? Chapter 1 is known as introduction. And your chapter 4 will be conclusion. After every chapter, here, and here, there will be word cited or citations every time, right? Because when you write a chapter, definitely you will take somebody's statement. So you will give the citation after every chapter. Now, this is introduction, this is conclusion. What is chapter 2 and chapter 3? So, take 2 poems, take 2 novels, okay, 2 plays. In one chapter, we will do the textual analysis of your first poem. In the second chapter, you will do the textual analysis of your second poem. So, in this way, you will have textual analysis of your first work, whatever you take, then textual analysis of your second work, whatever you take. Then there will be some findings. Okay, textual analysis करोगे तो is a diagram. Like you are looking for these elements. So you can say, yes, I have found these elements in this poem. At this. There is a poem by Wordsworth on the Westminster Bridge. Okay, so in that poem, he is also concerned about the environment of London, and he is praising the beauty of the morning of London. But at the same time, he is also mentioning the pollution and the crowd and the noise that prevails throughout the day, that is not there in the morning. This is one thing. So these elements will be discussed here. Yes, the poet is concerned about the ecology. There is ecological consciousness by this. Now, second poem is the prelude. He is concerned about ecology, and here he says that ecology is not different from man, but it is a part of man. It's like a teacher. It is like a teacher. It teaches. In the poem, it helps the poet to develop. So you will mention this. So there are two different findings. One finding is here he has described the environment of the city, and here he has described the relationship between man and nature. How nature is playing a crucial role in the development of human being. But in both the cases, shall I pick this one? I will revise. अभी जहाँ से आए हैं वहाँ ज्वाइन करते हैं और समझते हैं. So in this, he is concerned about ecology. There is ecological consciousness, but this consciousness is limited to the environment of a city. Here, again there is ecological consciousness, but this consciousness is actually holistic. It covers the whole relationship between man and nature. So these are two findings. Now you will compare the finding of chapter 2 and chapter 3 in your final chapter, that is conclusion. So you will compare this, and then you will give a conclusion that yes, there is ecological consciousness in the poem of Wordsworth. Right? So this will be your conclusion. Citations will be there after every chapter, as I said. Now one more thing is bibliography. What is bibliography? Bibliography is a list of books, okay, that you will read, and in the report, bibliography suggests the list of books that you have read while doing this research. You may have read only one page of that book. It's alright. Don't need to read the complete. You may have read only one book because only that page was related to your thesis, your research topic. Okay? But if you have read even a single page of any book, you will mention the name of that book in this style. Surname, then the first name of the author, then the name of the book, then publication and the year of publication. So there can be a long list because there are so many different books outside the market, on the website. If you are going to write about Shakespeare, there are so many books. So you might have come to a conclusion that only by reading these secondary sources, and now what is the difference between secondary sources, okay, primary sources, in your bibliography, and what is the difference between citation? So it's not important that you have cited anything from these sources in your research. बिब्लियोग्राफी में जिन बुक्स का नाम देंगे, जिन रिसर्च पेपर्स का नाम देंगे, जिन थीसिस से निकाले हुए चैप्टर्स का नाम देंगे, उसमें से आपने अपने पेपर में कहीं साइट किया है, कहीं निकाल के 4 लाइन लिखी है, वो जरूरी नहीं होता है. idea. You are not copying their sentences, their phrases. So that will not go into citation, that will come under bibliography. Right? So what is the structure? Introductory chapter, then your research, then your conclusion, then the bibliography. Now, let's also do those portions, those things which shows your courtesy towards people who have helped you. So yes, acknowledgement is there. And before that, abstract is there. Okay, what is abstract? Abstract is the summary of this. Maybe the examiner want to know the summary of your work. Instead of going through all the chapters, so you need to provide a summary. So before the introduction, there will be an abstract, a summary of your research. Whatever have you done, you will summarize it in the abstract. Heading to the abstract, and then there will be a summary. Okay, before that, what can there? There can be a declaration. What is declaration? A declaration from your side that this is my original piece of work. I have not copied it from anywhere. You will signature there, you sign there. Yes. Then your certificate. In the certificate, it will be written that it will be from the side of your supervisor that yes, this topic was approved by the supervisor to this person, and in my guidance, he has or she has worked on it, and up to all my knowledge, I believe that this is a original piece of work. And this certification will be given to you by the department. The page will be in your dissertation, only you will sign there. Okay. Now before that, you can give an acknowledgement. What is acknowledgement? In the acknowledgement, you thank you. I am thankful to the university, I am thankful to the government, I am thankful to the department, I am thankful to my classmates, my friends, to whom you want to give you thanks, who has helped you to complete this research project. Okay, even you can thank Google, because Google is going to help you a lot. So acknowledgement, and before acknowledgement, if you want, you can write a preface. Preface is not compulsory, but you can write it. Preface is basically and small hint that I am going to work on this project because this project is a part of my syllabus in PG. Okay, and to fill the partial requirement of the course, I am working on it. So ये preface इतना काफी छोटा सा. So now you have the complete structure. You write the preface, you write the acknowledgement, then the certificate, and yes, this work is yours. Then you will declare that this work is mine, I have not cheated from anywhere. Then a summary, what you have done. Then introduction, citation in the introduction. Then your first work on which you will do the textual analysis. Then the second work on which you will do the textual analysis. Then what are the findings and conclusion? Bibliography. Now, very important thing that I am going to discuss is what you will write here to know. The work you will take up for your research, you will study, you will try to find out those elements and you will write it here. Similarly, you will do this here. Textual analysis, जो भी बोल रहे हो वो बोलोगे और बताओगे. And conclusion is also easy. Whatever you will get, you will write it. This part is to be understood. अब इसको समझने की जरूरत है that what you are going to write in the introduction. ठीक? Introduction. So the first para will discuss, will describe what actually you are doing. Like if you have picked up Wordsworth. So your first paragraph can be about Wordsworth. Huh? Wordsworth is known as a great nature poet. Then discuss Wordsworth's work. Okay, Wordsworth's achievement in his life. You can discuss about the author actually. When you will discuss about the author, you can take 1 page, 1.5 page, 2 page. It's up to you how much you want to discuss. The more you want to discuss, is better for you. Why? Because the introductory chapter is the chapter where you don't have to do anything. Everything has already been done. पोएट के बारे में, राइटर के बारे में पहले से बताया जा चुका है. आपको वही चीज फिर से बतानी है. आपको कुछ नया नहीं करना है. तो जितना लंबा ये आपका चला जाएगा, उतना छोटा ये करना पड़ेगा. The real work that we have to do. So introduction can be long. So, but this is the first thing that you will do. Then there is some more things. Then you will discuss what approach you are going to apply to your research. Approach is very important in a research. So you will discuss the approach. Now, in literature, what can be the approaches? क्या हो सकते हैं? Your approach can be feministic. You can try to find out the elements of feminism, Marxism, eco-criticism, socialism, natural element, yes, the socialist element, right? Or you can simply try to look at the subject matter. What is the subject matter? And try to understand that subject matter from different point of view. Like for an example, I believe you all know Shakespeare. ठीक है, Shakespeare को तो सब जानते हैं. So Shakespeare is known as the greatest dramatist in the history of English literature. But have you ever noticed that in Shakespeare plays the setting is never England? It is Denmark, it is Holland, it is Norway, but it's never England. Some reason why did you use that setting? Shakespeare, who was Shakespeare based on? Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth herself. Yes. So you have to look at the socio-political conditions. Socio-political conditions in your analysis also. Why Wordsworth was talking about nature? So there was a socio-political reason for that. What was the reason? England had never seen such kind of industrialization before. And because of that industrialization, the whole lot of cities in England were full of pollution. And at the same time, humans have become hands. What Karl Marx says. Human नहीं लगे, वो hands बन गए थे. They were simply resources for the capitalists. So the life in the cities became suffocating. And that's why a group of poets decided to express this agony of that age. And they said that nature can become like a balm to the aching heart of humanity. Because nature is natural and everything else is man-made. And what man has created is not able to give peace to the aching heart of humanity. right? So it was a socio-political reason also. It was not that person was not personally interested in nature, that's why he started writing about nature. No. Your experiences, the time, the condition makes you to do something. If G.P. Shaw wrote political dramas, yes, he was a member of Fabian Society. So the condition of his time was responsible to make him do such kind of plays in the theatres. Right? So you will also discuss your approach and these socio-political conditions. Now, next thing that is very important is literary review. That is called literature review actually, not literary review. Literature review. You will discuss about literature. You can write a heading and then you can write a paragraph in introduction. Literature review. What is literature review? Literature review means what has already been done in the field where you are trying to do something. क्या पहले से ही हो चुका है? तो इसका बहुत आसान तरीका है, गूगल कीजिए जो टॉपिक आपने चुना है, कुछ रिसर्च पेपर्स डाउनलोड हो जाएंगे पीडीएफ के, शोध करना भी चाहिए, कुछ पीडीएफ डाउनलोड हो जाएंगे पीएचडी के, आप देखेंगे लोग पहले लिख चुके हैं, तो यू विल सिंपली राइट दैट दीज things have already been done in this work. This man has worked on this, this female has worked on this, their conclusion was this, but there must be a gap. Gap क्या है? सबने काम कर लिया तो फिर आप क्यों कर रहे हो? तो इसका मतलब कुछ छूटा होना चाहिए, इसमें काम नहीं हुआ है, and your research project is going to fill that gap. But at this level, अभी आप जहां हो, it's not that important to find that gap. But approach यही दिखना चाहिए कि आप एक gap पे काम कर रहे हो. सामने वाला बोल सकता है कि ये तो हो चुका है. So you can say, sir, what I studied, I found that this has not been done, so I decided to do this. It's okay at this level. It's okay, no problem at all. PhD में होता है कि try to do something, you can do something, but here it's okay. But you must address to the gap. क्या काम नहीं हुआ. So वो literature review में बताते हैं क्या क्या काम हो गया. So in the introduction you will talk about the author, his work, then the approach. Like you are looking for the ecological consciousness. You will discuss what is ecological consciousness. Where it was coined for the first time. Who coined this term for the first time? After that, how is spread in the world, in the literary world. ये सारी चीजें डिस्कस कर डालो. फेमिनिज्म उठाया, डिस्कस कर डालो. शेक्सपियर को उठाया, शेक्सपियर का किसने किसने काम किया, डिस्कस कर डालो आप. राइट? When you will do this, आप यहाँ के बाद लिटरेचर रिव्यू कर लिए. After literature review, in the introduction, you will tell about the gap. जो रह गया, जो छूट गया. Then this comes hypothesis. Hypothesis is something that you believe is something is there and you are going to search that. It can come, it cannot come as a result. अब मान लो आपने hypothesis क्या मान लिया कि my hypothesis is this, that since Wordsworth was a nature poet, there is ecological consciousness in his work. ये मेरी hypothesis है, ये मेरी कल्पना है, ये मेरी मान्यता है, ये मैं मानता हूँ. ये hypothesis है. Hypothesis research में होता है, but hypothesis गलत भी अंत में जाकर साबित होता है और सही भी होता है. It depends कि क्या रिसर्च का रिजल्ट आया. तो आपने माना कि हाँ वो नेचर पोएट है और इसलिए मेरी ये hypothesis है कि ecological consciousness होगा उसमें. This is the hypothesis. So you will discuss your hypothesis. After hypothesis, you will frame your research problem statement. You will frame your research problem statement, जिसका आंसर आपका सारा रिसर्च देगा। अब आप अगर खोज रहे हो इकोलॉजिकल कॉन्शियसनेस, तो योर रिसर्च problem statement will be what? It will be a question. What question? Frame a question with how, frame a question with why. ठीक है? तो your question can be how Wordsworth has used different elements of nature to spread ecological consciousness among his readers. ये क्वेश्चन हो गया how. Now how जब हो गया, then textual analysis में आप खोजोगे कि कैसे दे रहे हैं, तो ऐसे दे रहे हैं, 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 ये सारी चीजें आप बता रहे होंगे, फिर कंक्लूजन मिलाओगे हाँ इस तरह से दिया, इसलिए ये रिजल्ट निकल गया। अब मान लो यू वांट टू वर्क ऑन शेक्सपियर, और शेक्सपियर में क्या, why did Shakespeare write wonderful tragedies in comparison to his early comedies? क्यों कॉमेडीज की तुलना में ज्यादा अच्छी ट्रेजेडीज लिखा? ये क्वेश्चन है। दिस इज योर रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट। और टॉपिक क्या हो सकता था? टॉपिक क्या हो सकता था कि why Shakespearean tragedies are universal in nature? क्यों आज भी शेक्सपियर का प्ले उतना ही वैल्यू रखता है जितना कि उस टाइम रखता था? तो आप क्वेश्चन दूसरा फॉर्म करें, टॉपिक दूसरा था, बट आंसर में निकालोगे दिस इज यूनिवर्सल बिकॉज ऑफ दीज एलिमेंट्स। सी जीवी सॉ रोट प्लेज, शेक्सपियर रोट प्लेज। Shakespeare wrote on human nature, jealousy, ambition, love, guilt, hatred, which is universal. Even today we feel these feelings with the same intensity with which our ancestors have felt those feelings. So the effect of the play will remain the same. But if somebody has written about a social problem and that problem is no more in the society, the effect of the play will decrease. So Shakespeare is universal because Shakespeare has written about human nature. Because human nature is